everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Stassi. Thank you so much for being here today. I am beyond the moon excited. I have Luna here today. So thank you so much, Luna, for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
Oh my gosh, no, the pleasure is mine. Girl, your builds are amazing. As soon as I saw them, I'm like, I need to get this girl on here because I need to know the creator behind these beautiful, whimsical builds. So thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Of course, Luna. Why don't we start off? Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and your Sims history?
I'm Luna. I'm in my late 20s and I live in Switzerland. I started playing Sims with the Sims 2 and then played Sims 3 and Sims 4. Yeah.
Nice. No, sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, it's fine.
So you played Sims 2, Sims 3, and Sims 4. Which version was your favorite out of all of them?
Ooh, that's difficult to say. I'd say 4 because I'm mainly a builder and the build mode in Sims 4 is really pleasant, although I missed some features from the editions before.
Hashtag bring back color wheel. I'm just saying.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm literally just saying. EA, if you ever listen to these, please bring back the color wheel. I don't think we're going to see the color wheel in Sims 4. Do you?
No, I don't think so too.
No, I think that's going to maybe potentially be a Sims 5 thing, which brings me to my first question. So obviously this week it was released that The Sims is going to be releasing Sims 4, the base game, for free for everybody, starting, I think it was either October 17th or October 18th. That being said, I feel like Sims 5 is very much around the corner. So does every guru and Simstagrammer, because that's all I'm seeing right now. It's like Sims 5 coming soon. What are your thoughts about the base game becoming free and that Sims 5 is around the corner?
I think it's good that the Sims base game is going free. So it's more accessible to everyone. It's like 8 years old, I think. Something like that. So it's about time, and there's a lot of packs which can generate some money. And I'm really excited to see what The Sims 5 brings to us.
Okay. I agree. I'm very happy to see that The Sims is becoming a little bit more accessible to everybody. I am a huge EA, they're a business. I understand they make money. But the base game is $89.99 normally. In Canada, it is. That's a lot of money to be shelling out for in my personal opinion, the base game doesn't really offer a lot, in my opinion. You need expansions, because anytime I ever have to do a base game build for a challenge or anything like that, it's kind of more hard than I thought it would be, just because the pack, all these packs provide so much to the world that I don't even realize until I'm done a build where I've used almost every single Sims pack for one reason or another. But I do, like I said, I do agree that it's good to see it out there. You're excited for Sims 5. I'm super scared for Sims 5. I'm super nervous that it's going to be really, really buggy. And I feel like they're going to have this beautiful expectation of what Sims 5 is going to look like, because the EA marketing team is incredible. They're going to show us everything that we want. I bet you there's going to be a color wheel, and they're going to have fairies, and there's going to be horses and drivable cars and open world. But then it's going to be, so it's not 100% an open world. Yeah, there's cars, but they're actually not drivable. There's a color wheel, but it only has 30 colors. So you can't go too crazy with it. I feel like they have these really big expectations. They present these really big thoughts, but they don't actually fall through in finishing them. What are your thoughts about that?
I don't really know. I think we have to see.
Yeah.
Maybe it's going to be good, maybe not. but we still have like The Sims 4, 3,
Yeah.
2, 1.
Exactly. I'm definitely not stopping Sims 4 when Sims 5 comes out. Like, I'm not going to buy it until there's a couple other packs that go with it, like definitely a couple expansion packs. Now, here's another thought that I had this week while I was working. With the Sims 4 base game being free, do you ever think Origins would make the Sims 3 game free? Because that game's even older now.
That's an interesting question.
Mm-hmm.
Well, logically, it should be free, but I don't think it's going to be free.
I agree. I think it should be free at this point because The Sims 3 came out in the early 2000s. And the fact, because I had to check this week, I'm like, I wanted to see how much it was on Origins. It's $39.99 Canadian to buy Sims 3 base game. Seems like a lot, in my personal opinion.
Yes.
I would also hope one day, I know you never played the Sim, like the original Sims. Is that something that you would actually, if it was on Origins, would you want to play it?
I don't think so.
Oh, no?
Quite happy with the Sims 4. I know it has a lot of nostalgia for a lot of people. But yeah, I'm mostly in build mode. And
Yeah.
The possibilities we have there.
Absolutely. Now I know you're a no CC girl. What is your favorite expansion pack for building?
That's a difficult question. I'm always like, doing, I think like doing limited pack builds, but then I end up using everything.
Right? It's so hard because you're like, because obviously as a Sims builder, when you're building, you have to have 17 plants in every room just because if you have free space, it's a free space for a plant. And I'll sit and I'll be like, but that's like, I'll be like, okay, so that plant's from Snowy Escape. That plant's the hanging plant from the Nifty Knitting. And then you'll have like all of these other ones. And I'm like, it's like 10 packs of different plants in here. But yeah, no, I definitely take a minute, think about it. I'll tell you my favorite expansion for building, and it's definitely Seasons. To me, is my favorite for building.
Seasons is great, yeah. Also for lightning and everything.
Absolutely.
And the items, the wood tones, very pretty. I think Get Together. Really cool. It's for like medieval or castle builds. There are a lot of elements which can be used. Also vampires.
Yep.
I use it like in every build.
Okay, what are your thoughts then? Because I like to group together, Get Together, and Cottage Living for anybody who's going for that more medieval build. Would you say that Cottage Living also has a good aspect of that stuff because it has a lot more of those wood grains and a little bit more of that, like that rustic aesthetic?
Yeah, Cottage Living is pretty cool. It has like this door I like very much with the fox on the front. It's really cute. And also the wood tones and cottagey elements.
Oh, yeah. I remember the first time I played Cottage Living, I was doing my failed Let's Play because I only ever did 2 episodes of it. And I just remember seeing the bunnies and the foxes, and the fox was going after the bunny. And I was like, no, 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 you don't, I will die for this bunny. This little computer, but I will die for this. You don't get to eat it, Mr. Fox. No, I super like Cottage Living. What about your favorite game pack? Is there any game packs you like to use when you're building?
Vampires.
Oh, sorry, exactly. Stuff. Sorry, my brain. I meant to say stuff packs.
Game packs. The paranormal stuff pack for sure.
I could not agree more. I just posted a reel a couple weeks ago explaining like what I think the best stuff packs were. Also, I don't know about you, but I would give my left arm for a new stuff pack. Would you? Because I'm really tired of kits.
Yeah, more stuff in it, more objects.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And
Okay.
sometimes, like with the paranormal, we also have the haunted house with it.
Mm-hmm.
That would be really cool.
Exactly. I love these kits coming through, but I just want a stuff pack. Another stuff pack that I like to use when I am building is Tiny Living. I love Tiny Living. I like how we have the opportunity to have smaller lots. Do you like building tiny homes at all?
Yeah, it starts tiny and then it explodes, and it's like
Oh no.
really
Oh no. Yeah, I can't say I've had that problem, but I've had like the newest problem I have, and it's so creepy. So obviously I'm a builder, but I'm also a storyteller. So I use poses. I can't do a story without poses. And I'll put the teleporter guy there, and they'll teleport like their head like this. And it slowly turns their head to like look directly at you. And I'll just look at that and I'll be like, that's so, I'm like, I'll literally go like this. And I'm like, no, 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 no. I don't want to, don't, please don't do that. And then like, it finally like stops and they like get into place and they go like this. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, no, it's so, so, so creepy. But anyways, Luna, favorite kit. I know I just bashed kits like 2 minutes ago, but do you have any favorite kits you like to use?
I have to admit, I bought a kit. It was the Courtyard Oasis.
Oh yeah, is it good?
Yeah, I think it's really cool because you also have these building elements and different styles. It ties quite well into my aesthetic too.
Yeah, because it's definitely more on the because it's what's a Moroccan style, right? But the tiling is gorgeous. I think the only kit, in my opinion, that's not 100% terrible is the blooming kit. I do find myself using that one more than I thought I would. But again, as a Sims builder, you have 100 plants in every room because why not? But I definitely want to talk about your builds. I actually just had the pleasure of downloading one of yours because thank you for letting me use it for Rose Chronicles. It was phenomenal. Like I was blown away. It was the Lunar Mansion, and I used it. Well, I will be using it in a lot of the chapters coming next year, but I used it in the sneak peek coming for the rest of the series that will be out some point this year. And I love your builds. And this is how I describe them to you're welcome. And how I describe them to everybody. It looks like it's stepped out of a Grimm's brother fairy tale. Am I right to feel that way?
Yes, you are.
Yes. Because that's why I wanted that castle, because I was like, this is exactly the aesthetic I'm going for. So Luna, talk me through your builds from beginning to end.
You mean the building process?
Yeah, the building process. So do you start with a roadmap? Do you go to Pinstagram? I could take that as Pinterest/Instagram for inspiration. Do you write it down what you're looking for? Do you go with a floor plan? Like I want to hear your creative process.
So first off, it's like inspiration that comes from Pinterest or somewhere else. And then I have a rough idea what I want to do, draw a really, really rough sketch. Like when you look at it, you're like, what is this? But it makes sense to me, so that's all right. Then I start building the shell, exterior, and that's the part that the most fun for me, the most exciting one. And landscaping is a bit dreaded. Like, it took me a long time to learn that.
Yes.
And interior, which is sometimes overwhelming because it's like 5 floors to decorate. But once I get started, it's really fun.
Very, very nice. Now you said something about like landscaping and terrain. I don't know how you guys do it. I literally have a mental breakdown every time I have to put a bush down because I'm like, well, does this look right? Because like I always like when I do landscape, I really only sometimes focus on like one area, but then I leave the rest of the building without plants on the outside. What tips and tricks can you share with everybody when you are designing landscape?
I also take inspiration from Pinterest, gardens or beautiful gardens, enchanted gardens. And yeah, most of my landscaping, if you pay attention to it, is just the house placed on a hill. Decorate the rest.
But I love that though, because even if it's just a house placed on a hill, how you're able to take all those elements and just bring it in and just make it look like as a collective whole is just chef's kiss. Now I like to ask this to builders. What is your go-to building item that you use in almost every build?
Ooh, another tricky question. You mean for decorating or outside? Or
can be anything. I'll tell you mine, so you'll get the inspiration, and then we can hear yours. So you can kind of get what I'm going at. So for the inside, I always go with that very gothic bed from Get Famous, the one that's like $12,000. I always like that's literally every bed I put in any room. It could be a child's room, and I'm like $12,000 bed because I'm like this. I just love that, and I'm also every kitchen I ever put in, I always have the very expensive fridge that doesn't break and the very expensive oven that doesn't break because I cannot stand when my Sim's like, oh, I'm just making a salad, catches fire. Or it's like, I'm making a grilled cheese, catches fire. Like I just, can we not catch on fire for like every second? Those are my go-to items. Luna, what are your go-to items?
The stacked tomes, I like these very much.
Oh, yes.
Make every space instantly decorated. You put it down, finish.
Yes. I could not agree more. Do you like using debugged?
Yes, I do.
Luna, I gotta tell you a story. So I didn't know that the bug existed for a long time. I just happened to be watching a YouTube video and I was like, what is debugged? And I went on and I went through and I was like, this changes everything. Because there's so much, like there's so many different options. Do you have any favorite debug items that you like to use?
Some of the rocks you get from the Realm of Magic pack, like these pointy ones.
Yes.
I think they fit in really well with spooky builds.
Yes. Yes. Sorry.
The waterfall from Discover University. Mm-hmm. It's really great for landscaping.
Yes, it is. I really like the rocks from the Cats and Dogs pack because like it's just like they just look like they've been near the sea, and I love that. And I was actually just looking at the debug last night for the high school pack, and I was actually generally shocked to how good it was. So anyways, Luna, so when you build lots of castles. Have you ever I know you go to Pinterest and Instagram, but have you ever seen like a real life castle and tried to recreate it in The Sims?
I did a build which was inspired by a castle I've seen on my holidays in Munich, the Nymphenburg Palace. And yeah, it's rather loosely based on it because my build was really small and they did base game only.
You built a castle in base game only, like 100 points to Gryffindor, because I don't know how you can do that. Now, I am happy that now that there's circular walls, do you find now if you build in your new builds, do you use the circular walls a lot or no?
I haven't used them already very much. I used them in one build.
Okay.
And sometimes it's a bit difficult because of the walls, or you can't place stairs inside of it. Mm-hmm. Because it would be perfect for placing spiral stairs in it.
Right. I want spiral stairs. I want spiral stairs. I want spiral stairs in Sims 4, but actual super workable ones. That's what I want, because I miss spiral stairs in the previous versions, especially if you're just having this small-ish room and you put the stairs up and they're just these giant stairs that shoot up all the way. And yeah, you can bend them and you can turn them around, but they're kind of like an eyesore. I find the stairs in The Sims 4 is kind of an eyesore. Do you feel that? Do you feel the same way as me, or am I just crazy?
Yeah, I'm also really missing spiral stairs. There's things you can do with making spiral stairs around a ladder, but it's not the same. We really miss them. Please bring them back.
Yes, EA, if you're listening, please bring back stairs. Sorry, spiral stairs. That's just stairs. Okay, so you do a lot of fantasy builds versus what other inspirations do you take? Do you take more folklore, or is it everything just kind of in your mind?
It's just what I think looks great on Pinterest. It's scrolling through and seeing a lot of suggestions, which I think looks great. It could be artwork or real life castles, spooky buildings, everything.
Of course. Luna, what is your favorite build that you've ever made?
The Lunar Palace you talked about, I like that very much.
Yes, because I saw that when you posted it, and I literally messaged you. I was like, "Hi, I'm Stassi. I think we know each other. Can I please use this?" And you're like, "Oh my gosh, yes." I was like, "Yeah, man, it's perfect for what you want." What about that build do you like the most?
I think it's just the whole composition of the different parts, which I think looks really nice together. And then the place you have in front of the building, which is there's this slope leading up to it. I never thought that I could pull it off, because I thought this was way too steep. No way there would be a walkable path. But it kind of works.
It does work. Hashtag play tested, because I've played it. I was like, wow, I love the slope. I also really loved the interior design. I'll show. Well, I can send you the picture of what I ended up using for. You can't 100%. There's 2 rooms you can see the castle in, and I'll send them to you after. Just to be like, oh my gosh, I use this build. Okay, as a builder, how does it feel when people reach out to you and say, A, your build is amazing, or B, can I use this build? How do you feel on the inside?
It makes me feel very happy, because I really, really like to build. It's my hobby. I do it all the time. And when someone says that they like it or they find it beautiful, it makes me very happy. This really makes my day. And thank you 1,000 times, everyone, for who said this. Yeah. Thank you for using it. I think Rose Chronicles is amazing. I haven't gotten that far, much yet, but I will have to read on.
Oh, well, thank you. No, like again, your builds are amazing. So something that also helps bring your builds to life is you obviously you use some form of reshades or G shades. Which ones do you use, and what would you recommend for anybody getting into the reshade G shade game?
I use G shade, and the preset I use is Kaleidoscope by Yuru, I think it's pronounced.
Mm-hmm.
And I converted it for G shade. I think it adds so much to a picture. It really makes a difference. I'd say watch tutorials on how to download it, follow every step, and just let yourself be surprised.
Oh my gosh, I got you. The first time I played with a reshade, I was like, the Sims can actually look like this. It can actually look really, really good instead of like pixelated trees and no shit, like not correct like shadows. I think that's what got me was no shadows really in the Sims. Cause like when you're building stuff, I'd be like, or when they're walking, I'm like, where's the shadows? They're a Sim, there's a sun. Now, I know we've talked about a lot of your builds. Are there any Sims builders that inspire you?
Yes, a lot actually.
Floor is yours. You can anybody you want to shout out.
Kate Emerald is great. Her tutorials really taught me how to build and how to improve my builds.
Oh, yes.
I also like Fantasims. She does these fantastic builds, and the tutorials, and her builds are so amazing and so detailed. Also, Sadie Sim. She does these really fantastic and magical builds.
Yes.
Amazing, just amazing. Also, a lot of the builders on Instagram, and mainly on Instagram, and the community there, it's just so positive and welcoming, and there are a lot of great builders there.
Oh my gosh, there's so many, like beyond so many, and like I always say this, and I'll say this again: Simstagram, it's the warmest hug that you always need in the morning. It's literally the most positive place on the internet, and it's so hard to explain that to people unless you're in it. Because everyone's like, oh my God, it's amazing. You're amazing. This is amazing. Now, for especially building on Instagram, do you follow the Builders game that GB Sims hosts?
Yes, of course. And I'm really excited to see the next seasons. Unfortunately, I missed the first season, but I followed the second season, and it's amazing.
Correct me if I'm wrong, because I've been a judge now on both seasons, and the third season was just announced this week. Have you ever participated in the games?
I haven't.
You haven't. Is that something that you would ever want to do, is to participate in the games?
I think it would be very fun, but I'm also afraid that I couldn't meet the deadline because I don't have too much time to build, which is a pity.
I got you. Like I can't. I again, so thankful to be a judge. Love it with all my heart, but I couldn't dedicate every week to making builds. I don't have that much time. Like I put out podcasts, I put out stories, but it's kind of like, she was like, yeah, you'd be a judge, right? I'm like, yes. Because I'm sitting in this room with all, like, when we're judging with like so many amazing, talented builders. And I'm like, hi, I'm Stassi. I'm here. I build sometimes. And they're not as good as yours, but I make fart jokes on podcasts. So I get to be here. It's kind of like how I feel, but like participating, judging in the games, it's so hard because everybody's builds are so so phenomenal, especially the last season. And I was just blown away every week. I'm like, how is everyone so creative and just like they would take the challenge, they'd run with it. They understood the assignment. So very excited for the next season. Anyways, Lena, I got a couple more questions for you, and I'm gonna let you go on your way. What advice would you give to anybody who wants to become a builder?
Have fun and just build.
Have fun. Don't demolish everything the first time. I feel like that's also good advice as well. How do you feel about that? Do you ever spend 18 hours on a build, hate it, and then just demolish it? Or do you just carry through?
It happens that I sometimes start building and then I think, this doesn't look that great. And then I just abandon it. But it's still there, but I never finished it.
Love it. Luna, I want to say it has been an absolute pleasure. Why don't you tell everybody where we can find your amazing work?
You can find me on the gallery. My name is Luna_Schiefert. It's like everywhere, it's the same name. And I'm mostly active on Instagram, but I also have a Twitter and TikTok. Haven't posted anything there yet. So yeah.
I know, because you were the first person to follow me back on TikTok. I was like, thank you for the follow. And they were like a couple of days later, you're like, oh, you're welcome. I don't know. The TikTok game is super not for me. I mean, I've talked about this previous times. Like in my real life, I'm a social media manager. So like I have to use TikTok, unfortunately, for my job. But like last night, I fell down a rabbit hole. I'm sure as most of us do, not with TikTok, but with Reels. I was just lying in bed and I was just like, oh, like I'm kind of not tired. I'm just going to like watch, because my algorithm doesn't show me sim stuff. It shows me weddings, hair videos, and what I ordered on Amazon versus what I got. Like that's basically all I see on my reels. And I was just sitting there. And the next thing I know, it's like 2:30 a.m. And I'm like, I have to go to bed. I have interviews tomorrow. But that's how I feel with TikTok, that it just like it's ADD feel. Like when I log on just to say like I get the message like you have like 100 notifications, you have 6 new followers and all this stuff. I'll literally click it and then I'll see 2 different TikToks before I can even get to my profile. I just feel like it's such ADD fuel that I don't want to participate my life to that as someone who has ADHD. I would just literally be sitting there on my phone being like, oh my gosh. How about you? Are you a big a TikTok person, like a personal, or are you kind of like me being like, I'm good. I don't want to waste 5 hours down the rabbit hole?
I'm not very often on there. But sometimes when I go, it's like watching Sims tips or Sims tutorials, and then it's the next. But yeah, I'm more on Instagram or YouTube.
Perfect. Yeah. Anyone listening, don't fall down the real TikTok train or YouTube short train. You'll realize like 6 hours of your life are gone. You're like, where did it go? Anyways, Luna, I want to say it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for coming here today. I can't wait to see what this rest of the year holds for you. And I'm excited to see all your builds. Are you working on anything spooky, since spooky season's just kind of right around the corner?
Yes, I am.
Any sneak peeks you want to share?
Spooky dollhouse coming.
I like a spooky dollhouse. I want something haunted. I'm not like for Halloween, I like horror movies like pretty much all around the year. But when it comes to like Halloween time, I like love like anything that's like spooky and creepy, like a spooky dollhouse or like a spooky abandoned building and all this stuff. I wish we could have spooky season longer, like socially acceptable to be longer. Like people can put their Christmas trees up November 1st, and take them down in like February 1st. We have Christmas all this time. I want to see a spooky season start like the middle of August and go to like Halloween. Cause I don't know about you, but I like Halloween more than I like Christmas. How about you?
Halloween isn't that big of a thing where I live.
Okay.
More Christmas, but I like the spookiness,
Yeah.
and I think it's spooky season year round.
Yes. I love people that just come in and they just have like their house is just decorated for spooky season all the time. I wish I could socially acceptably do that. I wish I could just come in and just see like my gothic aesthetic. Cause like I always love I read this this funny tweet this week where it's like, yeah, so now that it's fall, I got rid of I can now wear black again. I'm like, no, I wear spooky season stuff in August. I wear it in February. I wear it whenever. Okay. Like
Yes,
I just don't
go for it.
I don't need the month of October to remind myself of my gothicness. I can wear my Jack Skill t-shirt anytime. Anyways, Luna, absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for being here today. Please go check out Luna. Her builds are absolutely amazing. The links are going to be below. Like I said, Luna, absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
Oh my gosh, of course. You are very, very welcome. Have a great rest of your day, okay?
Have a great the rest of your day too.
Thank you.